Hey guys, welcome back to Gnosis Podcast. This is our 5th episode, and if you've been tuning in, thank you so much. We're so happy to be continuing doing this podcast together. So, yeah.
Let's get into it.
We're standing on business today.
That's our favorite word today.
I don't know why. I've just been like, we standing on business today. If you saw my Instagram story, I just said it like probably 30 minutes ago.
So that's what we're going to do.
We're going to stand on business today. So yesterday we went to go to the movies and we went to go see Hunger Games. And usually when we go to the movie theater, I love to go see movies personally, but every time we go together, I feel like we just look like sad, lonely.
We look like lonely girls.
Yeah.
We look like a couple.
Yeah, we look like a couple. And when we went yesterday, all we kept seeing was like couples holding hands, like in the movie theater, like petting her head, like it's gonna be
the
okay.
couple in front of us in the movie theater would not stop touching the entire movie. A 3-hour movie.
We thought it was so funny. We thought it was so funny. I don't know why.
They like had their heads against each other the entire movie. His arms wrapped around her the entire movie, and we're just sitting here like.
Maybe because we're bitter. I was like, I dare you. I'll give you.
I give you $10. We were some lonely bitches at the theater last night.
Like, actually, we took a video of it. We're gonna insert it right here, and.
We're going to hell.
I know we're going to hell, but
hey, they're cute. They're cute.
Yeah, it was cute, but it's
we're
just
bitter
like
bitches.
Yeah, even if I had a man, yeah, it's cute for maybe like 10, 20 minutes, and it's like, all right, get the fuck off.
Not a 3-hour fucking movie.
Yeah. So yeah,
but listen, the movie theaters, they're haters. They want you to get fat, and they want you to spend all your money there.
They do.
I don't mind to spend my money at the theater if you guys have some better options. All it is freaking hot dogs and pizza and Slurpees. Popcorn.
Well, it depends what movie theater you go to. Like, if we go to the more bougier,
they're having healthy options.
They have like salads.
Oh, I haven't been there. I don't want a salad either. But anyways, I got Cheesecake Factory because it was right next door.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I seen a sign that said no outside food or drinks. I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put this big ass bag of Cheesecake Factory? So she had a big puffy sweater on, and he just put it over me, and she stuffed the food all the way up, and I looked like I was like 200 pounds.
No,
it made me look huge.
No, and she was like, "You do it." I'm like, "No, it's not my food."
She's the ballsy one. Like, she don't give a fuck if she were to get caught. She'd be like, "I just spent my money on cheesecake. I'm not gonna throw it out."
Yeah,
I would be like, okay, what do I do now?
I would literally, if they told me like unzip, I'd be like, "For what? So you're fat shaming me or what?" I can't be this big.
My plan was going to be like, I'm pregnant. So then it's kind of like, you can't really ask me to unzip my jacket.
It was so funny. We took actually some videos that we're going to insert in the pod.
So you can see.
Yeah, it was really funny. Like, she didn't even look low-key, like, she didn't look pregnant. It just looked like something was off.
It looked like something was in there.
Yeah. But I don't know. I be sneaking my little snacks in because them movies, like, I think I just spent yesterday for a flatbread. And it was nasty. And a drink, it was like $25. And I'm just like,
you could get Cheesecake Factory for that.
I could have got Cheesecake Factory for that. Yeah. And I wanted a hot dog so bad. And on the mobile app, I could not see that. Like, I couldn't order a hot dog. I don't know why I was craving a hot dog.
Hot dogs are disgusting.
I love hot dogs.
So gross.
But yeah, so I ended up just getting a flatbread, and it was absolutely disgusting.
It smelled so good though.
Did it? Mm-hmm. It smelled like burn.
It smelled good to me.
But yeah, the movie was good. It was cool. And then after, we went to go take little cute coupley photos at the waterfall.
We saw all the couples. They inspired us.
Yeah, we're like,
so
let's
we're
go
each
do
other's
that.
couple now.
Yeah, but that was our little weekend activities. So
we didn't do no clubs this weekend. We decided to be good girls, go to the movies.
Yeah, I wasn't in a club mood this weekend, but
next weekend we're there. Just kidding.
What are we doing next? No, probably next weekend we outside.
We outside.
Yeah.
We miss a weekend, we go back the next.
Yeah, I can't miss a weekend. We're in our early 20s right now. This is our prime time, baby.
We're pushing almost to 30, so.
No, we're not. No, we are not.
You can't be 30 going to the club, so you got to get your timing right now. The club's not even fun, to be honest.
It's fun when you're drunk.
Yeah, I guess. The bars are more fun to me.
No, because I can't bust it
down.
Yeah,
true. Depends on what kind of mood you're in. The clubs, you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. But whatever. Let's stand on business and get into business.
Let's get into
business. Our first topic. So this is something that actually has happened. So we just kind of want to know if y'all...
We're putting everybody's tea out.
We put in everybody's tea out, but we just want to know. So if you're friends with a man and you end up liking him, would you self-sabotage him with other women, or would you want him to just be happy with the other girls and you're just going to stand on the sidelines and just let the man you like be happy? Or are you going to be like, nah, she's ugly, she's fat, or you're going to go tell the girl like, oh, he has a girlfriend, and or like just other things? Like, how do you feel about that?
Me personally, if I like a man that I've been friends with and he doesn't feel that way back towards me, I'm not gonna self-sabotage him, but I'm probably just stop hanging out with him and shit, because why do I need to be around somebody that I like that doesn't like me back? It fucks up the friendship.
It does, but like y'all are really good friends.
I know, but if you have those feelings, they don't just disappear. Like, I have a friend that we were like best fucking friends, and he has feelings for me, and so so his girl doesn't like him hanging out with me now.
Yeah.
And this guy that I thought was cute, he knew apparently, or I knew he knew because I didn't know he knew him until we ran into him, whatever. I thought he was cute. So the whole time, once I knew that they knew each other, I was like, oh, like, hook it up. He's cute. He was like, no, he has a girlfriend. Like, you're being thirsty. And so, like, months went by where I just thought, oh, okay, he got a girl or whatever. As time went by, it comes to find out once I started talking to this guy, he never had a girlfriend. So my homeboy that I was super close with, because he has feelings for me, told me that that guy had a girlfriend and never really did. So for all these months.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
He fucked up my shit.
I would have been hot as fuck.
He fucked up my shit. Meanwhile, like, you have a whole girl. How are you trying to, when I'm trying to go for somebody, like, why are you trying to tell me he has a girl when you have a whole girlfriend?
That's not cool. That's not cool. But I'm gonna be a hypocrite because
you would do the same shit. No, it would be like
no, I probably wouldn't do the same shit. But it just depends on how much I like the guy. I'm not gonna go tell the girl like he has a girlfriend.
You probably would.
No, I wouldn't. If it's not the truth, it's not the truth. But I'm gonna definitely like self-sabotage in a different way. Like, she sucks. She's ugly.
She has chlamydia.
She has a fupa. She has gonorrhea. Like, she's not it, sis. It's no sis for me. Like, I'll probably tell the guy. I wouldn't tell the girl because that's fucked up on my part. But it depends how much I actually like the guy. If I'm super like, Jordan!
It's
no. Stop saying his name.
They're just gonna bleep it.
Yeah, but it's more work for us. Anyways, if it's him, no, I'm not. It's a little bit different with him because
you're gonna lie and say,
no, I'm not gonna lie. If the girl is pretty, I'm genuinely gonna say like, she's cool, she's pretty. If she's ugly, and I really think she's ugly, which it takes a lot for me to think a bitch is pretty. Like, you could ask her. Half of the time I'm like, she sucks, she sucks, she sucks.
She sucks.
I don't know why. It just takes a lot for me to think a girl is pretty, because there's a lot of mid girls. Like, you're not ugly.
It's because we're in LA. Like, I saw this TikTok once where this girl was like, oh, where I'm from, I don't even know where she was from. Where I'm from, I'm a solid 8. I came to California and I'm a solid fucking 4. It's true. Like, in LA, there's pretty girls.
There are
like,
pretty girls,
yeah.
But there's a lot of
There's
ugly.
a lot of mid, too.
There are a lot of mid bitches that I felt like those are the whatever. Anyways.
We're not going to shit on mid bitches.
Yeah, we're not going to shit on mid bitches because everybody is beautiful in somebody else's eyes.
Yeah.
So what I might think is ugly, another person might think is beautiful. And that's what I've had to come to realization with.
Period.
Speaking about the whole, the guy that's getting married, like, I think she sucks.
I think he sucks.
I think she sucks, genuinely. Don't lie. In high school, he was a cutie.
In high school, baby. We're like 6 years out of high school.
Yeah, but I'm still seeing him with my high school eyes because to me, he's still sexy to me.
The only thing going for him is his height. Sorry.
And that good dick. But I'm not gonna lie. That was probably like, I'll give it to him. But I think that's why I'm so upset and hurt, because I really thought like homeboy's coming back. But you know what? It's okay.
He low-key was.
There was some tea this weekend that happened. And
tell them the tea. We talked about it. It's so funny that we literally talked about this on the last podcast. If you saw, we talked about how the guy that she was fucking with.
Baby, if you watching this, no, I'm just kidding.
He probably is. That got a girl and ended up cheating on her a year later with her.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, he'll be back. Men always come back.
But then he proposed to her, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
he's not coming back anymore.
Whatever. I think he just, okay, I'm not going to bring that up. But anyways. He just started liking her photos again.
Yeah, he did.
So they do always come back.
But I don't know what that
Married
means.
or not.
If you guys want to let us know in the comments, what do you think that means? Because I'm completely lost. What was the point of liking my photos? And
he
then
wants to get your attention.
And then block me, and then you like them like 5 hours later again, and then you block me again. It's like, babe, can you give me the chance to even like first and just
say something?
But you know what? It's better I don't need to say anything, because I need to stand on business. And I need to stand on business, and I need to just know my self-worth. And
You do, yeah.
I'm done with him. He's done. I can't, like, even if
I think that he did that so that you would reach out to him. So then if it did so happen to get caught, he could be like, she reached out to me.
That's what Raul said.
Yeah.
That's what Raul said. But whatever. It is what it is. And the next time, if he does come back to me, we're done. You're getting married. There's no need for me and you to even have anything.
Any type of
We're
communication.
done. Like, we're done. And like, I kind of, you know what sucks? Like, I don't want to say I don't feel bad for the girl, but I do feel bad for her. But it's like, my mind is not really thinking about her. I'm thinking more of myself.
Okay.
She was choking because she's like, I couldn't believe you said that.
No, I was going to say I feel bad for the girl only because the way that she came at you
At first, she came at me wrong.
Yeah, she came at you wrong. And then when she realized the story, she apologized for that.
Yeah.
And so me, if I ever found out my man is cheating on, just say with her and I didn't know her, same way she doesn't know you, I would never in my life, even if I was wrong, apologize to you. Like, bitch, I'm not apologizing to you for shit. Yeah. You're over here fucking my man. You think I'm gonna apologize to you. So that's why I feel like at the end of the day, she has like a kind heart. So that's why I feel bad for her.
Nobody ever wants to be on my side, ever. Nobody could ever think like me.
The thing is with her, it's if she's wrong, she'll even know in her head she's wrong. Or maybe she doesn't. I'll tell her and she doesn't want me to tell her that she's wrong.
No, it's okay to tell me that, you know, in this situation, you're wrong. But I'm your best friend and I'm going to stand beside you. And whatever decisions you make, I'm there to back you up.
Am I not here?
No, you are. You are. I just feel like nobody ever, maybe because I just don't make good decisions.
You don't. You don't.
But I just feel like nobody ever really like agrees with me. But at the end of the day, I don't need nobody to agree with me.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
You still go and do what you want to do.
I'm still do what I want at the end of the day. So whatever. So sad. Boo-hoo. Cry about it. Get over it, bitch. Okay? You're dumb anyways because you went and accepted his proposal. But
shit.
And he gonna do it again because it's just been proven. He gonna do it again. So
he is for sure.
He is, but whatever. He ain't gonna do it with me this time. So
period. On to the next.
But yeah, self-sabotage a guy. Would I do it?
Probably.
No, I'm just kidding. If I really like the guy and like he really just says like he doesn't like me or whatever, no, I'm lying. I'm a self-sabotage still. I know
you are.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like it sucks. Like, yeah, I want you to be happy, but I want you to be happy with me.
If it's not with you, it's with nobody.
Yeah, you can't be happy at all.
Right.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I wanted to talk about our most embarrassing stories. And Ariel has so much funny and crazy shit that happens to her.
I just can't think about
But she's having like
memory block
right now.
Yeah.
And she can't think of it.
I have a couple.
Like, I know you've got a couple. There's got to be.
So like I would say that I could think of that's happened to me recently, I would say there's two things. So number one would be I was in Vegas. We were drunk. We were having a good night. I was drinking. I was smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, a bunch of cigarettes. Fucking ate pizza, went back down, smoked some more cigarettes, had some more drinks, came back up to the room, and I was making out with this guy.
After smoking all of that.
And I knew in my head, like as I was doing, at first I wanted to kiss him, but I was like, you know, maybe I shouldn't because I know my breath is kicking right now. But I was so drunk that I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like it's now or never. So it is what it is, baby. So I went ahead and did it. And as I'm doing it, I could literally taste the fucking cigarette in my breath. And it was so disgusting. And I'm over here like, I know.
You should have been like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I wasn't in my fucking room.
Use his toothbrush.
Nobody's toothbrush. But yeah, and the whole time in my head, I'm like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Like I know he could smell it or taste it or whatever the case is. But he continued. So I was like, whatever. And I didn't end up doing anything. But as soon as I walked out of that room, I told her, I said, I know my breath is kicking. And I know he fucking tastes it. And I know he knows. And it's so embarrassing that it had to happen like this.
That was your guys' first kiss?
No.
Oh.
No.
So at least he knew, like, and he's tasting cigarettes, so he knows it's not your breath.
I know, but he made a little comment the other day and was like, when we were smoking hookah, he was like, oh, this is when the hookah was burned. He's like, this is what your breath tasted like that night. And I was like, I was so embarrassed. I know. I was so embarrassed, but I was like, I just had to write it out.
Not even when it was tasting good, like the flavors hit it.
No, because it didn't taste good.
The burnt tobacco.
Yeah. So like that was probably one of the most embarrassing things. And then the second most embarrassing thing that I could say is, but I don't really give a fuck, but it's a little embarrassing. When that guy got caught up cheating, I was sending him videos of me, you know.
Doing what?
Doing the nasty.
You're dirty.
And it was a normal thing. Like, we talked every day, basically. And I didn't think anything of it until the next morning. I wake up and I'm like, okay, he responded. I look and it's a whole last paragraph from this bitch. Like, how dare you as a woman do this disrespectful and da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Because he be sending me shit back too. But she didn't know that. But it was just a little embarrassing.
You told her that?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She didn't believe me until I sent her the videos.
You sent her videos of her man jacking off?
Mm-hmm, and what he was saying about it. Because one thing about me, baby.
Oh, would be sick.
One thing about me
you
is
I
always have the screenshots, the proof, because I don't ever want a motherfucker to be like, she's lying. No, babe, I'm lying. Here's the proof.
Yeah, you do get your proof.
Don't you ever tell me that I'm a liar, because that's one thing I'm not. I am not a liar.
You do get your proof.
That's my biggest thing, is when somebody calls me a liar. So I just know from like the past, I always got to come with the receipts all the time. So I could say that was
y'all could see her phone, she got the receipts in there for sure.
I sure do. And I'll just take, even if it's something so, like, I'll just think about it like, you know what? I'm going to just take a screenshot because I don't want them later on to say some shit. Oh, Ariel said da-da-da. No, baby, I did not. Don't play with me. So.
Tell him. Ariel's never wrong.
What's your most embarrassing? Ariel's never wrong, but what's your most embarrassing?
Mine is so much more embarrassing than those.
Really?
It's so embarrassing to even say on here.
You better say it.
It happened at work where I wanted to quit my job. This is how embarrassing it was. So I don't know what the fuck I had ate, but my stomach was hurting and I had to go shit.
Oh, okay.
So I go to shit at work, and for some reason, now and again, our toilets at work have problems. Just so happened to be this unlucky fucking time that I go to the bathroom, the problem starts again. Like, we had the problem once every probably 3-4 months, right? I go shit and I try to flush, it won't flush. Meanwhile, we have the whole place got customers.
Was it a big shit or was it a small little
It was just honestly like a regular shit. No, it was like a medium-sized shit.
It was like a monster?
Not like a monster, like a medium-sized shit. Okay? And so it won't flush. And I'm like, oh my God, like the boss is here, his wife's here, the whole family's here, all these customers are here. Okay, wait, so I got to pump it away. So I said, fuck, I need the plunger. So the plungers is in the men's bathroom. So I run across to the men's bathroom, I get the plunger, I go back to the women's bathroom. I'm in there plunging my shit. Like,
it's splashing out. You're making a potion.
No, it's not. It's like a potion, okay? So I'm in there plunging my shit and it still will not flush. So now, because I plunged the shit, it's not just a solid shit in there. It's like the whole toilet is fucking
I would have just told them, hey, somebody took a shit in there. It's not going down. It stinks. Help me.
So it won't fucking flush though. So I run outside to my coworker. I'm like, dude, like my shit will not flush. Like there's something wrong with the toilet. So she comes over there. She starts plunging my shit. She's a real one. She was literally plunging my shit because I know me. I'm not plunging nobody's shit.
Me either. I would gag.
I would literally gag. I'm gonna get out my own shit. I don't want to plunge nobody else's shit.
Yeah, no.
And we could not get the shit to go down. She was like, I'm sorry. Like, we're just gonna have to do what I do. And so I had to go and tell my boss, like,
they had to get the snake or what?
They had to call a full-on plumber. Like, when the toilets do go wrong at work, it affects the whole restaurant because water from the toilet starts coming up in like different parts of the restaurant. So that was happening. So the plumber had to come and like snake it. And the whole time, like, everybody knew it was because I took a shit. And it was just shit all in the toilet from me. It was so embarrassing. I was like, literally, like, I'm going to leave right now. I'm so embarrassed. I don't want to ever come back here.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't tell you about that?
No, but I would have just been like, somebody else did it.
I should have blamed somebody else. But I know that they would look on the cameras. They would look on the cameras like,
who cares? A lot of people shit. It happens to the best of us.
It was so embarrassing.
But, you know, speaking of that, actually, that was a topic that we did have was how long are you in a relationship until you start pooping and farting or doing whatever nasty shit in front of your man or woman? Because
I want you to answer that first because I'm curious on you.
So the only time I think that this has ever happened to me, because listen, I have IBS, so I have a lot of stomach problems. Okay. The only time I think I've ever had to shit was when I went out to Florida and I was there for like 4 days and we were staying together
in the same place.
but there was 3 different bathrooms. So I just
You
went to the one
farthest one?
Yeah, I went to the one in the back and I just
Did he ever end up going over there?
No. We never even used that room.
You got lucky.
So that's the only time I ever have. And I've never been in a relationship, so I can't really tell you. I think I would probably wait until like 2 months.
You know what's so weird?
Because like you got to know who I am as a person. And once you know who I am as a person, like, and you're comfortable with me, it's like, okay, I gotta fart.
I gotta go take a shit.
Sorry. I probably won't fart in front of you until a long time because my farts be sometimes a little stinky.
I think it's so weird that like us as women, we can sleep with a man before we fart in front of them.
Because that's
like how are you sharing your body with someone but you're embarrassed to fart?
But women are supposed to be looked upon like you're beautiful, you don't smell like bad, you smell beautiful, you smell so like nice. Like nobody wants to know that you have a massive man shit coming out of your ass. Like it's kind of embarrassing. So, you know, when you're having sex with somebody, you're not, I mean, yeah, you are doing the nasty, but
you're doing it nasty.
Yeah. She don't want to talk about it. So when we say we're at the opera, that's a code word for we're not speaking on this. Okay? We're not speaking on this situation. And
a little we might talk about that in the future, but right now,
okay, you gotta be really drunk. Anyways, so let's move on with our next topic.
Okay.
So
do you think, actually you have a lot of male friends, she gets along with male people more than female, and same for me, but do you feel like men and women can be friends?
Of course, I have a lot of them. Do you think that? Don't do that.
What?
Yeah, I do think that men and women could be friends. I was friends with Hanse, and I'm friends with a lot of other men. I think that, that's fine.
No, but what if it was like you met Han through me, basically? You started hanging out with Han because of me. So what if it was just a man you met on your own and you guys became friends?
Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of guys. You know, do I think that like in the future that I develop feelings for them because I hang out with them?
Well, yeah,
versus
so that's
women, because obviously I don't go that way. Is that what you're saying?
You don't go that way?
Like I'm not attracted to women.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I know you are. But no, I don't. I do think that men and women can be friends. I do think though, if there's a slight sexual attraction, like just a little bit, I do feel, at least with me, I felt like sometimes I could develop feelings, but for the most part, like, no, I do think that men and women could be friends. Why are you laughing?
Because I can just read your mind just by looking at you.
Yeah, well, don't. She's talking about this one time where I had a friend and he was a guy and I did develop some type of feelings for him, but obviously nothing is ever going to happen just because I don't feel like I'm fully 100% like, oh yeah, I want to rip his clothes off and fucking slurp him up. Like, I don't feel like that at all. I just felt like there was little qualities in him that I did like, but I don't think it would go as far.
So that was your friend that turned into more.
Yeah, but it's not like that with everyone. Like I have a lot of male friends because I feel like for some reason I get along with men a lot more than women. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my personality is very strong.
When women are not like confident in themselves, they're at competition with other women. So I feel like that's why we get along with men more than women, because men aren't competing with us.
I feel like you get along with women a lot more than I do.
You have way more women friends than me.
No, I just feel like women are more drawn to hang out.
Oh, that boiling crab burp. Don't send it my way.
Yeah, we just had some boiling
crab. My way or the highway.
I just feel like you have more of a personality where you're very like welcoming and you're very like.
Only because I've been in situations where like, okay, you're going to see like when you get a man and you go to like a house party or his friend's party or his friend's friend's party, or a family party or family event, like you feel awkward because you don't know anybody there. Mm-hmm. So 9 times out of 10, the people that you do end up connecting with there are women. And so it's good to have that attitude of like going in there and being nice to other women, because you never know how awkward they're feeling in the situation, because I know I felt awkward before in other situations. So when somebody comes in, for example, if we hang out with like the people that we hang out with and a new girl comes in, I'm going to be welcoming to them, because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable the way like I felt uncomfortable in the past in different situations.
That's a good thing. That's a good quality. Me personally,
I know you personally, you're just like,
I don't give
this
a
bitch?
fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Why are you coming around my friends?
Yeah. Unless like you have that same energy if you're very like, hi, I'm so and so, like nice to meet you, and like you're very complimentive and like very just trying to have I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna be a bitch, but I'm not gonna be like very welcoming at first. Like, hi, I'm Ariel. Nice to meet you.
I won't be like that, but I'll definitely make them feel comfortable, because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable sitting there with us. Depending on their vibe too, though. Like if they come up bitchy, then no. But if they come up like they feel a little uncomfortable, or they, are a little shy, then I'll talk to them. Especially if I'm drinking. If I'm drinking, I'm gonna talk to you. But on the men and women friendship,
think that you can be friends?
I used to think that men and women can be friends.
Can or can't?
Can. But now with the situation of everything, I don't feel like that. Like, I feel like every male best friend that I've had and has ended up catching feelings. And so now I realize, like, when it comes to like an ex-boyfriend or somebody you're actually seeing and they feel some way about me having a male friend, I'm like, I was tripping before, like, that's fucking weird. Like, this is my friend. I knew him before you. This is our friendship. But now that I've come across it so many times of like, okay, I'm super close with this male friend. They end up catching feelings. Now I understand where those men are coming from, where you can't really be friends like that. Before I fully thought like, no, you can 100% be friends with them. But then there's situations, like, I feel like it's so different, I guess, because there's situations with like Ram and Raul that I would never have any type of feelings for them. And like, they're homeboys, but they're not somebody I would text and be like, let's hang out. Let's do da.
I would, and I feel like I feel like the reason why I feel like I could be friends with men versus women is because I feel like women, you tell them so much shit and y'all get in a fight and they're so quick to use that shit against you. Versus men they're not gonna put up with that like little drama shit. They don't want to deal with drama, and whatever you tell them, they're most of the time they're not gonna use it against you in a fight or whatever the case is. Like, it's just very different.
I feel like men are also so much more funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
Because they're not sensitive. Yeah. And like, I'm not a sensitive person also. So like, when we can like talk and make jokes and you shit on me, I laugh about it. I don't take it serious. Girls, like when we make jokes like that, it's kind of like, that's not cool. Like it turns out as a joke and then it gets serious.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like having my guy friends because I also like hearing their perspective on like the male perspective, because I only have my thoughts on what I think. So it's good to also hear like from a different perspective what they think. And
I feel like when it comes to that, like, I'm a woman, but in my head, like, I can think how men think. So when it comes to situations with her,
she could think how
I'm like, I'm telling you right now, this is how da is feeling about this situation. And then she'll be like, oh, so-and-so, one of her homeboys, so-and-so said the exact same thing. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I fucking think like them. I know it. I know when they're trying to play you. I know from one little comment if they're just trying to fuck or be with you. I just know things. I catch vibes good. I'm not going to lie. It's a talent.
I don't know. But yeah, I do think.
You think that men and women can be friends?
Yeah, I do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Growing up, also, my mom had a lot of male friends as well that she was just friends with. So I think it starts to get weird when the man starts kind of.
I feel like it's normally the man too. And like when I went on a date, I was talking about my best friend, that guy that I went on the date with was like, oh, like if we're going to continue shit or whatever, like I'm not cool with you being friends with him.
Yeah, and I feel like that's fucked up.
Same way that my best friend, his girl's not cool with him being friends with me.
Yeah, well, that's different because he likes you, you know? Yeah. But, like, I don't like that shit. Like, if I'm friends with, for instance, I have a friend that I consider a really good friend. His name's Raul. If he were to get a girl and then the girl was like, oh, but you can't hang out with her, like...
He's not going to hang out with you no more.
I know. And that, to me, it's like, that's fucked up because we're literally just friends. You know, I tell him all my close shit and... That's literally what it is. We're just friends. So I don't know. It just kind of it hurts my feelings and I get hurt, but I have to kind of understand where the woman is coming from.
I feel hurt by Han. I've been friends with him for years. We did anything and everything together, like worked together all fucking week. The 2 days off we both had. We aligned our schedules so that our off days were the same, so we can get off early on the weekends and go out to the bars or.
But she's like that with me too. You know, she also. It also comes with like the woman being insecure and her insecurities, and it's like.
She insecure ass bitch.
You're an insecure ass bitch, and you know, if I'm telling you personally, I do not like him and nothing would ever happen, please take my word on that.
But from my point of view, if I was dating a man and you said that, I'd be like, I don't trust her. Women know, like when you get the vibe, you know the vibe.
I guess, but
I wouldn't give a fuck what you
I'm
said.
very trusting. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you like a chance to really prove it to me until you show otherwise.
Prime example, when saying all that shit about you believed her and you genuinely thought like, no, she would never fuck with him. She would never fuck with him. I said, you're my best friend. You don't know homegirl like that. I'm not comfortable with y'all being friends. And she cut it out, whatever. Months later, the bitch was back with him. So it's like, that's what I mean when like I can read people so well too. Is like, I knew from the jump the bitch wasn't being honest.
I personally just felt like this is a different topic, but like I just felt that she was in a relationship with her new man for like a long time, 5-6 years. She was living with him. She didn't give a fuck about her ex. So I was, on my perspective, I'm like, she's living with the guy. She doesn't give a fuck about, you know, so and so. And I never thought, I mean, never say never, but I didn't
never say never, baby.
I didn't.
It's true that there's times where women won't go back to their ex or whatever, but I just knew, like I just had that gut feeling.
Yeah,
like
she did. I'm gonna give it to you, but I just always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So that's what happened.
Not on me.
Yeah.
Not me, honey.
Anyways, well, I have this.
Okay,
go.
This is a good question for you. Would you be with a man who has kids?
It's really hard for me to say no, just because my mom was a single mom and my stepdad took the role as being like my dad. So I feel like it's very hypocritical of me to be like, no, I wouldn't.
Well, it's different for you because you're a woman, he's a man.
I know, but it's kind of like, you know, I saw how it was.
So you would be.
So I would, but there would have to be a lot of like buts and ifs. So
what are those buts and ifs?
Buts and ifs are if I 100% see that the other woman is moved on and she does not want anything with that man, number one.
I'm going to give you, okay, since you say that you will, I'm going to give you the thing that I've always said to myself, but I go back on this because this is not my answer anymore. But if the kid is 5 years and older, they say, statistics or whatever say,
I don't think
if
so.
the kid is 5 years and older, then it's okay. But if they say if it's younger, they're still fucking with their baby mama 9 times out of 10.
It's still even older because you have to think about
once
they get older, there's more like the kids into sports or whatever, like extracurriculums.
That person's always gonna be in their lives.
Yes, but that gives them more of like, oh, we're gonna go see our son or daughter at the game today, or you know, so it gives them more room to like talk about things. And so to me, it's kind of like it doesn't matter if it's 5 or older. It just I have to really feel the vibe out and see how that woman is.
If you fell in love with a guy and he had a 6-month-old kid, you don't care?
I do care. But
it's not going to change the fact of you being with him?
If he's really telling me, like, you know, he's really in love.
Don't trust these men.
I know, but
don't trust
like
them.
I just said, I give the benefit of the doubt. If he's really telling me, like, he's in love with me, he wants to have a baby with me, and like he wants to start a family with me or whatever.
If this motherfucker has a 6-month-old baby telling you he wants another baby with you,
you never know situations.
Goodbye.
Things change so fast. Maybe he made the mistake of it wasn't even planned or whatever the case was, and she just wanted to keep the baby just in spite of, you know, wanting to have him around or whatever, you know, like I can't blame him for that. So my answer is yes, I would fuck with the man that has a kid, but on certain circumstances. And it's kind of like I don't want to, because I want with whatever man I end up with, I want to start my own family with you fresh. I don't want you having
Baby
no
mama
ties.
drama.
Yeah, like I just don't want that. But we live in a world where nothing's perfect, things happen. So I understand. Like if I were to have a kid and let's just say I wasn't with the baby dad anymore, I would hope that the next man I meet or whatever wouldn't judge me off like, oh, I'm not going to be with her because she has a kid, because it would make me feel pretty shit. So
I would be like, fuck that man. He's not the one for me then.
I know, but it's fucked up. It sucks. And that shouldn't be a big factor. Like you should just like the person for who they are and accept them for what they have and get on with it. If you like them, then that's that. I'll be a stepmom. I'll be a good stepmom.
I'm not
so
doing
that you can see I'm a good mom, and then you're gonna put a baby in me.
I'm not gonna be with a man that has a kid. I have been with a man that has a kid, but no, I feel like since a young age, probably since I was 10 years old, I knew like I want to have hella kids. I want to be married. I want to have my house. Like my biggest goal in life is to have kids. So when I do have all these kids, I want it to be with a man that's never had kids before. I want it to be our family, and that's it.
Well, that's the ideal thing, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get married first, then have kids, and yada yada.
I don't care if it's get married first and then have kids. It could be the kids and then married later or whatever. But
I don't understand why that's a thing nowadays. Like, I really would
the
like
having
to
kids
have,
and then getting married.
yeah, like, or not even getting married, just having kids and being okay
You know
with that
why?
person. I don't like that. I
You
like
know
the
why?
traditional, like, be with
Yeah.
the person, have kids, propose, we enjoy our engagement and whatever, then we get married and then we have kids. Like, that's the way I think it should be. And now in this generation, it's like, I'm not even dating her. I just went and fucked her and now she's pregnant.
No, I want to like that. Like, this is somebody that I'm actually dating for years. We end up pregnant. I don't care if I'm married before that I have kids or after, simply because I've seen so many relationships, with it being like close relationships, the people that I know, or just celebrity relationships, where these people are together for years. Like, take fucking, what's his name?
Who?
Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa. They were together. They were rock solid. Like, fuck with each other so heavy. We were together for years. They had a kid, and a year or two later broke up. I feel like a kid changes everything. It really tests your relationship and your
It does,
patience.
but get a dog.
That's not the same.
You
That's
don't
not the
need a
same.
kid to just test your relationship.
No, but if they were in love and they had their kid out of love, and then a couple years later they didn't work out, and it's because a kid is like 10 times, 100 times a dog. You're with this kid every day, all fucking day. The dog, you can leave the dog home 8 hours a day and do what you need to do. But I've seen a lot of couples break up because of kids, like couples that have been together for so long. So that's why I feel like I don't care if it's I'm married or I'm not married when I have the kids. It's as long as it's somebody that I've spent a lot of time with, I know I'm in love with, and I love, and I could see me spending the rest of my life with them. I'm not gonna have a kid with just nobody that I don't have like no feelings or don't see a future with. But as long as like
we had a little break for a second, a little short break. So back onto the whole kid thing. So if you had a man that had a kid, why are you laughing? If you had a man that had a kid,
yeah,
and let's just say the baby mom had such an issue with you, would that be a big factor of not wanting to be with the man?
No.
Or would you just
No, I don't care.
fuck her?
Fuck her.
What if she was like, "Oh, I don't want my son being around her."
Okay, so when it comes to that case, like, because I know how, I can't speak on everybody, but because I know how I am as a person and a woman and how I am with kids.
Do you think that it's because she still has feelings for the man?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, in my situation of when I was fucking with a guy that had a kid, she didn't have a problem with me. But if she did, it 100% would have been like, because she still has feelings for him or she doesn't want me around her kid or whatever. But she wouldn't want me around her kid out of spite and out of wanting to be back with the man. Because me personally, when it comes to kids, I'm great with kids. So it's like there would be no reason for me not to be around your kid. And he's even brought up to me like wanting to go, like him and his son were going to the water park and wanted to bring me. And I said, did you ask your baby mama if it's okay? Because she hasn't met me. I don't know her. Like, we started seeing each other only a couple months ago. If she's not comfortable with it, I'm not going to go and just do it. So that's another thing. Like, I'm respectful about it. I'm not about to just be around your kid. So if I had a fucking kid with a guy and we just so happen to break up or whatever, and he wanted to bring another girl around my kid, I would expect the respect and decency from him to ask me, like,
would you want to meet her?
Yeah, I would want to meet her before she met my kid. Because like I said, I'm good on my vibes. So like, I feel like if she's good on her vibes and she met me, she would have been like, okay, this is a good person to have around. And situations of where just for a private, I'm sure she wouldn't have a problem being around.
Would you be cool with the baby mama? Like, oh, I can't pick up so and so. Like, can you go pick him up today? And da da da.
Yeah,
whatever.
like if she asked me,
y'all
to do that.
have a good relationship, and her, let's say it's Christmas time, and she wants to be with the kid, but it's his day. Would you be okay with her coming to be with like the kid and stuff on Christmas
At our house?
Well, yeah, you're not gonna go to her house.
So she wants to come to our Christmas
to be with the son initially, and then just kind of just hang out for a little bit and then dip, just to be with the kid.
I mean, I guess I would ask my man how he felt about it. Number one. Number two, I would kind of compromise of like, okay, yeah, you can come for breakfast and we can do a couple gifts open, and then later on in the day, like dinner time, like that'll be our time.
Yeah,
I'll make time for it. But either way, I don't want no man with no kid.
Yeah,
like I want my own fucking family.
So growing up, I have like, I don't know.
But
my thought on it is
he never had kids previous.
No,
so it's like
my dad
kind of same way with Zay's mom marrying that guy. it, like, when people come from nothing, or not nothing, but they come from, like, they don't have a family, some men and some women will look for that, like a man with kids, a woman
Yeah.
with kids, because then they feel whole. Like, me being around my ex's family made me feel whole, even though I have family. Like, being around his mom and all of his siblings, like, he has a lot of siblings, it made me feel whole. Like, on events like Christmas, Thanksgiving, stuff like that, I wanted to be with them. Like, it felt like an actual family all together. So maybe that's how TJ felt coming into it. Like,
yeah, but like, okay, so my dad, so he had a lot of women growing up. He had a lot of girlfriends.
he was fine.
Her
Her dad was so fine when he was younger. I'm not gonna lie.
So he had a lot of women growing up, and that's why I think I have a lot of issues. But there was this one bitch in particular.
No, you don't blame me on that.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what she did, and
Okay.
I don't like. And if that were to ever happen to me, I'll beat her ass. So her name was Sophia, and he actually cheated on my mom with her. And he ended up being with her for a good maybe like 3-4 years after. And it came a point where she used to tell me to call her Sophia Mommy.
Sophia Mommy.
And she would be like, no, you need to call me Sophia Mommy. And I'd be like, no, you're not my mom. And she'd be like, yeah, but I'm your stepmom. And I'm like,
how old were you?
Maybe like 4 or 5.
You know what's crazy is, like, if you have a stepmom, you'll want to call her mom if she makes you feel that love and comfort.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
So
I always had a weird vibe from her.
Yeah.
My mom, she does hair for a living. She's a hairdresser. This bitch, not my mom, the girl, literally went and took me to go get my hair cut. And I used to have really pretty, like, curly, like the ringlet curls. She cut all my curls off, and my hair was like this short. And
she was petty.
My mom was like pissed, like she was crying and everything. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, I would beat her ass. Like, I would not be okay with it. And my mom didn't give a fuck, because I think my mom was just done with my dad completely. But like, she didn't give a fuck that she was around or whatever. She just let it be because she didn't want to cause any drama. She just wanted peace in her life. Me, no.
She was just done with your dad.
Yeah, she's like, me personally, like, I don't give a fuck if I'm done with him. You're not bringing her around my child. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form like, oh, I still want to be with you. No, I don't want another woman around my daughter growing up and having her learning from her, whatever the case is. Like, no, I don't want it.
I'm gonna how much time do we have? I'm gonna put some tea out there.
Okay.
I don't know if my mom or dad gonna like this, but
go ahead.
Okay, it relates to that. So when my mom and my dad were together, they were together for 13 years, and he proposed to her. They were engaged, and their stories are always so different of who cheated first.
It's always gonna be like that.
Yeah, I don't know the real story, but they both always say that so and so cheated first, blah blah blah. And so I found out, like, I remember this day. I was probably like 4 years old, and I still remember like the specific part. But there was a time where we were all at my dad's house, and mom and him were engaged. My mom and him had gotten in a fight. I think she gave the ring back. Some shit happened, and my mom had a best friend.
I know this story.
My mom had a best friend, and this best friend was so into our lives, obviously. That's my mom's best friend. You know, they bought a house together. My dad and my mom bought a house together. They have a business together. They're raising their kids together. So this best friend was around a lot. And so apparently my mom's best friend was fucking my dad behind my mom's back. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who cheated first or what, but my dad says he did it because she was doing blah, blah, blah. I don't know the real story. But the story that I heard was that she was fucking him behind my mom's back and then playing in my mom's face. So my mom, she's very different from Ariel's mom, where she was just like, I want peace. Some women would get that way. Like my mom, maybe now that she's older, would get that way. Like, I just want peace. But she, you know, she was at our house, and I remember she was sitting in like our den area on the floor, and my mom went over there and just stalked her. Like, they started fighting. The girl like ended up in the hospital with a concussion and was in there for like 2 or 3 days. Where I'm like, you know what, bitch? That's what you fucking deserve, and that's what you get.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I'm like, when I bring that up to my dad. Now imagine
that girl, okay, was now your stepmom.
Oh, I will make her life a living fucking hell. Like my dad knows, just because he did it out of spite. So it was never somebody he would actually see himself with. But he's had girlfriends that I don't like, and like, you know, her car ended up egged and shit. And I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't me. But he would text us like, did you egg Tanya's car last night? Because he knew that me and my sister don't fucking like the bitch.
Yeah.
But you know, if we don't like you, we don't like you. And we're not going to lie about it.
And
you're going to know.
Yeah. Now me being older, it's kind of like.
It sucks as a parent for them to have to deal with us as kids like that.
Because it's like, man, let me get my shit, bro. Why are you fucking up my vibe?
But at the end of the day, you know, we did it for the best.
Yeah, like.
We egged your car for the best.
Yeah. And if I was around in her life, it would have been more some eggs.
I remember one time you were at my house and he was dating Tanya, and Tanya was like a super big like cook. I'm not gonna lie, that's the best thing about the bitch. She could fucking cook so bomb. But me and her, we were like young. We had the house to ourselves. My dad had went out of town, so only Tanya was there, and me and her. And my sister, I think, and we're like, fuck it, like, let's have some boys over, let's get to drinking. We're like 15 years old. So, like, she didn't even give a fuck. She ended up letting us have all the boys over, did our drinking, our cooking, whatever. And Ariel was so upset because the girl was into cooking, but we wanted to cook our own meal, and the girl just came and took over and did everything. Me, I was fine with it because I was like, fuck it, I fuck with her cooking. Now I get to just sit back and chill. Like, I don't have to cook. But she was so pissed. Ever since that day, she would talk shit like, bitch, want to come down and start cooking our pasta? Like,
yeah.
Do you remember that?
I like to cook. And I have my certain ways of the seasonings and shit that I like. So please, if I'm in the kitchen, get the fuck out.
I will.
Get the fuck out of the kitchen, because like I don't like nobody telling me like, oh, add this. No, baby. Let me do what I have to do. Don't tell me and dictate me what I should do. Get the fuck out. So yeah.
And that's what I mean by like children. Sometimes we fuck up the parents' relationships, but sometimes it's for the best. Like, my dad and her broke up because she was letting me and my friends drink alcohol at 15. I said, goodbye, girl. Bye. Thanks for the fun night, though.
Yeah, but
I think it was fun.
I don't know. Kids is a
childhood
lot.
memories are
I
funny.
think when I want to have kids, I couldn't see myself having kids right now. So I think the perfect age for me to have kids would honestly be like in the next 5, 6 years.
6 years?
I'm 24.
I'm 25. I hope in the next 2 years, 3 years. I need to be with the man at least like a year and a half, 2 years.
I literally will cry. I will literally cry. No, I feel like we have so much life to live.
I want to be a young mom. I can't believe I don't have kids
We
already.
could be a young mom, but like young is still young, bro. Like fucking 29, 30 is young. So
I'm going to be 50 when they're 20.
Girl, it don't matter. We got shit to do. You want a fucking
stand on business, ho?
No, we're not. I'm not standing on. Okay, that is like we gotta go travel. We gotta go party. Yeah. We gotta go fuck on all these other men in different countries. So we got a lot of shit that we have to do and accomplish. A little kid right now, like, I'm sorry, you're gonna fuck up the vibe, babe. You're gonna fuck up the vibe.
I wouldn't want a kid right now. I would want a kid like a year or two. Yeah, like a year or two.
Jordan, like do you know how fast this year went?
I know.
Could you imagine?
But that's why I feel like God put me here. Be a mother.
No.
Let's go travel right now then. I'll quit my job right now and we just go travel for the next year.
You got me?
I might run out of bread if we doing the both of us.
We gonna have to work at a job over wherever we're at.
Overseas.
Yeah, like I'm down, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in on the 5th episode. If you're still here watching, we really appreciate you. Shout out to, what was her name?
Karen.
Shout out to James. Shout out to Loren. Shout out to all my friends and everybody that's been watching.
Shout out to Jaylene.
Yeah.
Funny little bitch.
Y'all. We really appreciate y'all. And, just make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe on our YouTube. Make sure to follow us on our mains. Yeah, on our mains. Jordan Parco and mine is Ariel. I can't even think about
you forgetting your own
Ariel.g. And then, of course, Gnosis Podcast. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.